well, thank you, Nicki, for sitting down with us once again at Campbelltown Theatre.
That's okay.
Pleasure to talk to you again.
Yes, good to see you.
I did a bit of background research on this place, and I found that since 1980 you've been based at the Town Hall Theatre.
That's correct.
Where was this located beforehand?
Oh, all over Campbelltown.
Really?
And the surrounds, Ingleburn. We use community halls, school halls, wherever we could find a room to put on a play or a musical, that's where they were, yes. And they had to carry all their equipment with them, so and then take it out again afterwards, so that the community hall or the school hall could be used for something else and then go back in again the following week.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you first did get here in 1980, how did you guys manage to acquire this place?
Well, we knew it was going up for tender, and we applied to the council. We got a New South Wales grant, and we'd saved, the group had saved a lot of money.
Yep.
So together with help from the council, with the grant and the money that the people put in, we got the tender approved. And a lot of the work was done by Campbelltown Theatre Group people themselves. They cleared out the place. They sourced the seats that are in here from the Embassy Theatre in Sydney.
Oh, wow.
Yes, a lot of hard work over about an 18-month period.
Oh, that's
yes.
incredible.
Yes.
And it was before 1980. Obviously, this place was. This group was formed in 1956. Sorry.
That's right.
How did that come to fruition?
There were a group of people who were interested in putting on plays and musicals, and they got together and put one on, and then it sort of lapsed for a few months because of funds, I imagine, and then they saw an advert in the local paper from another group who were interested. Okay. So they got together, and the two formed Campbelltown Theatre Group as it is today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and their first production was in 1957, and that was Pirates of Penzance.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. How did that manage to come about? How was that decided?
I think, more or less like we do today, they thought of what would be popular at the time and what would bring in people. And they chose a Gilbert and Sullivan, because with Gilbert and Sullivan you don't have to pay any royalties, you see.
Oh, really?
Yes, because it's out of the 100 years, so that made it a viable economic proposition.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Wow, okay. Who was the head of the theatre group when it first formed?
There are a number of people who took over as president in those days, and they change from time to time. There are a number of people from Campbelltown that are still remembered. I'm just trying to think of them now. I can't remember the actual. Lil Heifer was one of the founding members, and oh gosh, his name has gone from me. But yeah, there were a number in those early days that got the group going.
I'm sure you've had a lot of people performing with the theatre group over the years. Who is the most either famous or influential person you've ever had to perform with you?
Yeah, we've had quite a few that go on to professional work.
Really?
Tim Campbell, Danielle Everett, Alison Hughes. The list goes on. Yes, and they've gone and Mark Simpson, Emily Cascarino. They've actually worked on the Sydney stages in big musicals like Wicked and Kinky Boots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they always bring back their roots here to Campbelltown Theatre Group, which is lovely. Yes.
And I know that some of them have moved on to the Sydney stage. Have any of them actually moved on to the professional world, not on the screen and all that sort of work?
Yeah, well, Mark Simpson does quite a bit of ad work and film work. The others, I think, have remained sort of on the musical stage.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's always good.
Yes.
What's the most successful performance that's ever been done within this group?
We gauge success in a number of different ways. There's the financial success, so if we make a profit, that's a success.
Absolutely.
If people really enjoy the show, even though it doesn't make any money, then that's an artistic success.
Yep.
And for us, just being able to put something on that will please the audience and will give an outlet for the talent that's here, we find that that's success.
Yeah,
we have had full houses on a number of occasions,
wow.
Which is really gratifying. Yeah, that certainly helps towards the next show, because every show the money just goes into the pot, and that
Yeah.
provides money for the next show. So
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely. Is this theatre group just as popular as it was when it first formed, or has it gotten more?
It's had its ups and downs.
Yep.
In the early days, when there wasn't much competition, there weren't video players. There was just the cinema really, and
Yeah.
maybe only 2 channels on the television if you were lucky in
Yeah.
the 1950s and 60s. So it was really a good venue for entertainment. And then, of course, with the advent of more television channels and videos, it had a bit of a downturn, I think, in about the 60s and maybe the 70s, but it's on the up and up again now. Yeah.
That's always good then.
Yes.
And with the committee of this group, how involved do they get with the productions?
Okay. We have a committee of 11, the executive committee,
Yep.
and we ask for submissions, and they're the committee that actually look at the submissions that have come in and see if they're viable, if they're going to be popular, how we can work a program of productions.
Yep.
So rather than having 3 plays or 3 musicals, we try and mix it up a little bit, and something for adults and something for younger people.
Yep.
And then from that, in that committee, we have a production manager who then manages that production.
Yeah.
So they liaise between the production team, which is the director, musical director, and all the other guys, and the executive committee, and they come backwards and forwards to us with reports on what's going on.
Okay.
And that way we can monitor the spending, we can monitor how things are going, whether we've come to an impasse and we need a bit more time to rehearse, or whether it's going so well. And also with the publicity, they're on hand to help out with publicity as well.
Yeah. Any of the members of the committee former performers?
We all try and perform. Yes,
Yeah.
we're all basic performers. We don't always get the chance, unfortunately. There's always somebody that has to do the admin work. But from time to time we get on stage. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, it's always good to keep doing everything you can. Who's the longest serving member of the committee?
Of the committee, probably me, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been here since 1981.
Wow.
I joined. I arrived here in Australia in October 81, and by November 81 I had a part in a play.
Wow.
So I got in quick. And I've been here ever since.
That's absolutely incredible.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you for giving me your time to...
You're welcome, Travis.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you again. I hope the Campbelltown Theatre Group continues to thrive and provide entertainment to the people of Campbelltown
Thank
for
you.
the next future generations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.